Florida Spillway is a strange place. It's not exactly natural. It's made up mostly of concrete and steel, with a ton of moving water. But somehow it still manages to attract an incredible amount of life. Fish stack up here, predators move in, and people follow. If you've spent enough time around Florida spillways, you start noticing patterns. Some are good, some aren't, and one has become hard to ignore. But first, let's see what the water has to say. What's up, YouTube? My name is Joseph Jivanen, and today we're gonna be fishing spillways. All right, guys, well, welcome on the water. We are fishing probably one of the most popular spillways in the state of Florida. Just rained. We got a massive thunderstorm earlier today, so I'm throwing the 5-inch hoagies, 2 ounce, on the Shimano Tranx 401 on a musky St. Croix 8.6 extra heavy power fast action 50 to 100 pound, rated for 6 to 12 ounce lures. I mean, this is just a pogo stick of a rod. But what I'm doing is I'm just slow rolling the swim bait across the bottom. I'm really feeling that swim bait, making sure it's on the bottom, right on the bottom where it's about to get caught on the bottom, but I don't really want to be losing these swim baits because they're like $7 a swim bait. And there's a lot of bait. I don't know if you guys could see that, but something was chasing the bait. Something's chasing the bait out there. So there's fish here. It's just a matter of, can we get it to bite on the artificial? Alright guys, well, nothing on the hoagie, so I'm going to switch to a smaller bait fish presentation. Hopefully we get bit. There's a ton of fish, there's a ton of bait, there's a ton of fish blowing up the bait. Let's see if we can make it happen. Alright, so we got a little niblin tied on with the Tsunami Saltex 3000 on a very cheap aired coastal Daiwa rod. The thing about spillway fishing is you never really know what's waiting on the other side of the next cast. One minute you're covering water, the next a fish blows up on your bait and reminds you why you came out here. By mid-afternoon, I'd seen enough blow-ups to know it wasn't the fish, and it wasn't me either. Something just wasn't lining up. That's when it clicked. It wasn't the conditions, it was my lures. So I made the call to pull off and restock at the local tackle shop. Not to overthink it, just to match what the fish were actually eating. A few new baits, a couple adjustments, and a quick reset. Alright, so today we just walked into Brooks. If you're from FOPO, you know. I got my bro, Jacob here. And Jacob is going to put us on the juice.
Like a pearl, or actually?
I like the cichlid color.
Cichlid color too?
Yeah.
Review's good as well.
Yeah, review is really good.
My 2 favorites are these guys. Caught fish out of there with that guy.
Do you sell the heads?
Yeah, dude. Right here. That fish a little heavier, a 1/8 to a quarter. I do right now. The thing's probably flowing, so that's the light one. Sorry. Not the 1/8, the 3/8.
3/8.
That guy.
Okay.
He just got dumped on, so he's probably swimming.
Awesome.
Yeah, man.
All right, I'll probably grab another pack of the. I was feeling good after making a stop at the bait shop and stocking up on the tackle I needed. The water was moving through the spillway, pushing current and bait fish downstream, the kind of conditions that can turn an ordinary day into a memorable one. With fresh gear in hand and the water looking right, it felt like we were in the perfect position to see what was waiting below. All right, so we just pulled up to the spillway, ready to get after it. Today I am throwing the DOA Terrorize on a Tsunami Saltex 3002. It's a really great reel. Probably one of my favorite fishing reels. I'll do a whole nother video on a review of this reel. I've fished it for about a year now, and I love it. But we just pulled up to the spot, and let's take a couple casts. And a couple casts I took. Cast after cast, until finally... Come on. They're chasing it right over the top of the water. But it's Jack Crevalle, so they like it extremely fast. Oh, come on. I mean, he just tore up this lure. Come on. Come on, do it one more time. That's it. Come on, one more time. One more time. I think they're out a little further. They're blowing up bait. Oh. I'm getting them to hit. Like, look, this one, he hit this, but they're not like committing to it. They're just like swiping the tail, which is annoying. All right, let's see. Oh man, that was a good one. Oh. Rip it one more time, let's see. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh no, don't do that. No. No. Every cast felt close, but close doesn't put a bend in the rod. That's when I realized I needed to slow down. Instead of rushing the bait through the water, I let it hang a little longer and worked it with more patience. The difference was immediate. Oh yeah. That's what's up. Oh, nice little tarpon. There he is. Oh, what a beautiful little tarpon. All right, guys. Nice little tarpon on the Terrorize. I was working it, jigging it off the bottom, and he smoked it. But good little tarpon. Nothing too big. Hopefully we can catch his brother. Nice, man. Good first fish of the video. Nice little tarpon. I'm gonna cut, retie, and let's get back at it. All right, that tarpon absolutely smoked this lure on 20-pound test. I'm actually gonna cut and retie everything, but that's what's blowing up. I think it bent the hook out a little bit, not too much, but awesome first fish. That little tarpon gave us a quick reminder that there's always something living in this current, but we're gonna see if we can catch something bigger that's hanging around. Standing at a spillway, you're really watching water on a journey. Rain falls miles away into canals, marshes, and drainage systems, then eventually gets pushed through structures like this to manage water levels across the region. All that moving water carries more than just water. It transports nutrients, oxygen, sediment, and countless small organisms downstream. Every time these gates release water, they create a conveyor belt of life moving through the ecosystem. It's a natural gathering point. Bait gets swept along. Predators position themselves in the seams and eddies, and the whole system comes alive. What looks like a simple flow of water is actually connecting inland wetlands to rivers, to estuaries, and eventually the ocean. That's why places like this are so productive. You're not just fishing a spot, you're fishing a crossroad where an entire ecosystem passes by. All right, first tarpon knocked out. Put a check mark on that one. There's tarpon all over the place here. So I tied up another terrorize. I had to retie. My line was completely frayed. I tied up again, and we're gonna start jigging again for the tarpon. Let's get it. So these tarpon are ambushing mullet. They're pulling the mullet up onto the shoreline. So the mullet only have one way to go, and it's up or sideways. And they work as a team. I thought it was jack, because that's something that jack usually do, but these tarpon are very smart, and they have unbelievable eyesight. As you saw with that tarpon, it has a huge eye, and that eye can spot just about anything in this murky, dirty chocolate milk water. Tarpon are an unbelievable game fish. That one was a baby compared to how big they get. I mean, they just get monstrous. So what I found is that when they start pushing that bait up onto the shore, that's when you should cast at them. In the meantime, I just need to wait until they start blowing up those mullet on the shore. Well, I couldn't wait anymore. The tarpon bite was giving me jitters. I took a cast, keeping in mind that these fish liked it really slow. Well, I let this bait sink to the bottom, and look what happened. This feels like a jack. Let's see. No way. Just caught a catfish in a spillway. Unbelievable. That's right, a little catfish. But what happened on the next cast was even more shocking. Check out that. Nice little alligator gar. That is definitely a first. I don't think I've ever caught one of these guys. He is gnarly. What a mouth. What a fish. That is awesome. You can see the DOA terrorized right in the side of his mouth. What a gnarly fish. That is an alligator gar. What a crazy fish. Yeah, I just threw him back. They have some gnarly teeth on them. I definitely did not want to get bit by that thing. Well, we tangled with a little bit of everything today. A tarpon, a catfish, an alligator gar, 3 completely different fish, all using the same stretch of water. That's one thing I love about spillways. From the bank, it just looks like water moving through a concrete structure. But underneath the surface, you've got predators, scavengers, bait fish, and everything in between, taking advantage of the current. I was so blessed to be able to catch all those fish, but I had one more trick up the sleeve. Let's get some altitude and take a look from above. I think once you see the place from the air, you'll understand why a simple spillway can hold so much life. So I grabbed my buddy, we hopped in a little 2-seater Cessna 150 with plans of flying over the spillway. From up here, it's easier to understand the scale of this place. What looks like a straight maze of a canal from the ground is actually part of a much larger system designed to move water across the landscape. After heavy rains, water from miles around makes its way through these channels, eventually flowing towards rivers, estuaries, and the coast. As anglers, we usually focus on one small section of water at a time, but getting in the air gives you a different perspective. You start to see how connected everything really is, how fish, wildlife, and water are all tied together across an entire watershed. What is up, guys? We're back. We flew this Cessna 150 with my boy Quentin. He flew it. He's a CFI instructor. And how was the flight, man?
Oh, the flight was smooth. The plane did as well. It was a nice, beautiful day, beautiful morning. We worked on some stalls and we did some traffic pattern work.
I was showing him the spillway and where I went fishing. We got some pictures of it and stuff. So that's it for this video. Signing out. Peace. There's a major problem with Florida spillways, and as much as I love fishing them, it's something that needs to be talked about. Today we caught fish, learned a little about how these systems work, and got to see just how much life depends on moving water like this. But everywhere you look, there's another side of the story. Trash. The thing is, this trash doesn't just stay here. Every year, millions of tons of plastic and debris move through systems like this and eventually make their way into rivers, estuaries, and out to the ocean. What starts at a spillway doesn't just disappear, it travels. On day 3, I decided to challenge myself with a simple goal. So here's the thing. The fishing is dead right now. Absolutely dead. Both spillways are basically closed off. There's just no fish, and it's in the middle of the day, so I think these fish are kind of just tired out. So I'm gonna give myself 5 minutes. 5 minutes. I'm gonna set it on my phone, a 5-minute timer. And I have a 5-gallon bucket. I'm just gonna see how much trash I can pick up within 5 minutes. Just to show you guys the amount of garbage at this spillway. Growing up, my dad always told me, Leave nothing behind but your footprints. Whether we were hiking a trail, fishing by the water, or just enjoying the outdoors, he taught me to respect nature and leave it better than we found it. Pick up your trash, take care of the land, and remember that these places belong to future generations. It was a simple lesson, but one that stayed with me my whole life. Enjoy the outdoors, appreciate its beauty, and leave nothing behind but your footprints. Well, I'm sad to inform you, it hasn't even been 5 minutes, and I have completely filled up a 5-gallon bucket of just hook bags, lure packages, water bottles, and all the fishing line you can think of. I mean, this is just so sad. You're going out to fish and you're leaving all your junk. Even the fishing line, like you can't even throw this in your pocket. Not trying to judge anyone. I understand, sometimes, we're lazy or something, but this is unacceptable. So I decided to try fishing again. I walked to another fishing spot. I decided to stop and tie on a fishing lure. I had no place to put it, so I threw it on the ground. I got thirsty along the way and decided to stop for a quick water break. I couldn't find a place for it, so I decided to just throw it on the ground. Now, if there's not a spot for it, there's an easy solution. As I was walking to the fishing spot, I decided to tie on a lure. Instead of throwing it on the ground, I put it in my pocket and decided I would throw it out when I got to my car or to another trash can. Now, along the way, I got thirsty again, and I decided to take another drink. This time, instead of throwing it on the ground, when I was finished with my drink, I crumbled it up and threw it in my pocket to save some space. Why should I care about all this? Well, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. This is a piece of scripture out of Genesis 1:1, the first verse in the Bible. God gave us this beautiful creation. Let's leave only footprints, no litter. Let's respect our waters and protect our wildlife and keep our fishing spots clean for generations to come. So I had one more trick up the sleeve. I had the opportunity to sit down with Coastal Connections, a local nonprofit dedicated to protecting our coastal environment and advancing sea turtle conservation through education, rescue efforts, research, and community cleanup. They help connect people with the natural world and inspire everyone to play a role in protecting our beaches and waterways for future generations. All right, so we're here with Olivia.
Hi.
You want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, so my name's Olivia. I'm the Rescue and Research Coordinator at Coastal Connections, and that's where we are today.
Yeah, a little place in Vero Beach. You guys opened up February, right?
Well, so we moved to this office in February. We've been around since 2017.
I am a local Floridian. I'm born and raised here.
Mm-hmm.
Are you?
No.
Okay. Where are you from?
Virginia.
Virginia, okay.
Yes.
I'm born and raised in Florida, and I've been fishing since I can remember. My uncle taught me how to fish.
Mm-hmm.
I love nature.
Mm-hmm.
I love nature. I love being out. I'm a man of faith, so for me it's a way that I can connect with God through nature, just seeing how He's created this amazing place. I love catching fish. I love protecting fish. And I know there's things that we fishermen can do to protect our environment.
We had a loggerhead stuck in a cast net last week.
Oh, wow.
I had one last summer. It was entangled. I already had an amputation of a flipper from a past entanglement, so it was healed over, and it was entangled in so much line, and it had swallowed a hook, and it died while we were processing it to take it to the zoo.
Okay.
So it's those instances where it's like, okay, people may not think it's a problem, but it is a problem in our environment. Yeah.
The cast net one, was that the
Yes.
one that was just staying there? Like,
Yeah, the cast net was stuck, I think, to the bottom of the lagoon, and the turtle had swam through it and gotten stuck, and it was hanging out sideways. An FWC officer actually found it and was able to get it out, and we took it up to the rehab facility.
Do they think it's food?
There could be food getting stuck in it, and they may try and eat it and then get stuck themselves. Yeah. But I know that turtles, if you're fishing off a pier, off a beach, a turtle will come up and try and eat that fish right off your hook, and then end up getting hooked themselves.
Okay.
So that's also a problem we'll see sometimes.
Which animals are most commonly impacted by fishing litter in this area?
Yeah, so as I mentioned, the Inyo Nova Lagoon is a very important habitat. So our sea turtles, obviously, we've already talked about them, but we have dolphins, manatees, fish, literally anything can be impacted. Birds, even if it's up in the trees. There's some birds that I've seen at the inlet, and their little feet are like tied together by fishing line that they've gotten stuck in. So honestly, any kind of wildlife can get caught in any kind of debris.
Doing your part, I think, is what I want this whole video to be about. That it's not, you guys do an awesome job, but it shouldn't be up to you guys. It should be up to us.
Yeah.
Doing the little things so that you guys have an easier job.
I'm sorry, guys. Start over. You're good. This is an adult green sea turtle. She nested on our beach last September, but unfortunately she nested it in an area where the dune was pretty unstable, so the dune actually collapsed on her.
Oh, no.
And the team that contracts for the county found her, and she'd passed away, but we were able to salvage her. So FWC necropsied her for research, and we were able to keep her carapace. So right now it's being preserved, and it will end up like these little guys. So we can take them for education programs. So this is a juvenile Kemp's Ridley sea turtle, and this is a juvenile green sea turtle. So we've preserved these. These are both real sea turtle carapaces. We're permitted to have them, I promise. But yeah, we use these for education.
Is it like a fingerprint where like every shell is different?
Yeah, so every carapace is different. This one is actually pretty perfect, I would say. I mean, I haven't counted the scoots to make sure it's traditional to what a green sea turtle would have. But this girl, when she's done, and she actually has some anomalies in her scoots, which is what their kind of scales are called.
Okay.
So yeah, everyone can be different. It's pretty cool actually.
And is that salt?
It's salt and borax.
Okay.
Yeah. So it'll be done in a couple weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are these things over here?
These?
Yeah.
My fishing line recycling tubes.
Yep.
Yep. So these are what they look like in the county. They have stickers and educational signage. We have them at most of not all the beach accesses, a couple beach accesses. We have a ton up at the Sebastian Inlet and along the lagoon at popular fishing locations.
I want to thank Olivia from Coastal Connections for taking the time to sit down with me today. You can really see how knowledgeable and passionate she is about protecting our waterways, beaches, and wildlife. If you'd like to see the full interview, leave a comment down below and let me know. As fishermen, we're out here more than most people. We see these problems firsthand, and that means we have an opportunity to be a part of the solution. Whether it's picking up a few pieces of trash, properly disposing of old fishing line, or encouraging others to do the same, small actions can make a big difference. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, please like and subscribe and share. It helps the channel out a ton. Let's work together to keep our waters clean, protect the resources we enjoy, and leave these fishing spots better than when we found them. As my dad said, let's leave nothing but our footprints behind. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one.